Uh-oh. Oh, the guy that says I have a messy office is going to be upset. Look at that. Look at all that crap on the floor there. I had to get, if you don't know, I mean, you probably should change your smoke alarms every once in a while and your carbon monoxide machines and all that stuff. So, yeah, I'll get around to it. But top of the afternoon to you, Tesla short, what's up? I'm not going to say I'm, up 12 grand on this trade, but I'm up $40,000 on this trade right now. Yes, right. When it didn't break 500, we goofed around. We started with a small lot of Tesla short. And it would be funny if it went negative, and then suddenly it went negative and it became a 1-minute multi-day VWAP reversal. And I'm hearing those trades work really, really well. So we shorted some Tesla. We bought some puts. We shorted some Tesla. And we made some money. And then it rallied again and failed to break back above the key level. And I know, what's up, Taz? I know you want to see my charts, not my stupid face with my new fancy hat on, but check this hat out. You know a company is successful when they're giving out the Flex Fit Under Armour hats as swag. If you don't know, I can hook you guys up with an account at Trade Zero and like probably save you on the platform fees and whatnot. Because if you're going to be a professional trader, we're going to go over this in the class, it's nice that everything's free. Now, I don't know what the structure is over at Trade Zero. You had to send limit orders to get free trades, which, again, most of us do send limit orders. And it was all free, commission free, but you had to pay for the platform and you had to pay for the leverage. But what Trade Zero has that nobody else has is a shorting platform built into their trading platform. So if you're a shorter like me and you like hammering those pump and dumps, a lot of times you can't get the pump and dump shares to short them back to do the dump part of the pump, because there's a couple of pump and dumps every day. It's usually a pharmaceutical stock. It's usually, what's up, Ken? There's usually a it's biotech stock, pharmaceutical, therapeutics, that type of thing. So that's that. Right now, along the UGAS right now, which is frightening to me to be talking and trading at the same time of UGAS. I mean, I sold a bunch of it. Again, I only trade UGAS when it goes green. That UVX, any of these ETFs are generally only when they cross over from green to red, because they don't really follow VWAP. These are not volume-based products, meaning that let's say I had $700 million and I just felt like day trading today. I could continuously buy UGAS and it probably wouldn't move, because the underlying is supposed to be, again, this is supposed to be, at this point, a lot of these rules and regulations on this market have gone out the window. That's why VWAP to me is still the truth, and that's why I swear by it. But I don't think supply and demand and the volume that would come into a UGAS or a UVXY or a JNUG, it wouldn't move the stock. These are based on underlying factors and leverage futures products. And this one obviously is tied to the natural gas. But yeah, absolutely just an awful stock. But hang on a second. Say, brother, I'm gonna jump on YouTube for a little bit. If Solid, you want to jump on and show your screen, I'm gonna shoot the shit with my old friends here on YouTube. If anybody wants to come look at my dumb face. But the reason I'm making the video, we'll get to it. We'll talk about what happened today and what's going on in this market, the most phenomenal market. And cheers to my dad on a 2-week cruise into Panama. He's going through the Panama Canal right now. By the way, just sold the UGAS. All done. Yeah, that's 70 as a stop. He knew I would get stopped out. I mean, I'm not going to let this thing, I'm not going to lose money trading UGAS because that's not my thing. But I'll buy it. I bought it $69.50, got more at $69.72. Yesterday we got paid on it, so I figured I'd do it again. Rad short, Tesla short, the whole thing. Flat right now. I actually had the weed stocks this morning, some of that stuff, but Phenomenal trading. And again, I want to make a few points to a couple of guys that sent me some comments. Why even trade a market that goes straight up? I hear you. I hear you. That you're speaking. Whenever I talk to my father, he still doesn't get it. Again, trading for me began as a hedge. So when I was in a portfolio and trading became more accessible, all I would do was stare at my 6 or 7 stocks that I owned. And if those stocks were weak, I would short them on that day because, thanks, man. I haven't smoked pot in 5 days. Growing my hair back? No, I'm not growing my hair back. I'm going to keep shaving it all. I actually can grow hair, if you believe that. I could do the comb over if I really wanted to. So, what was I saying? Yeah, trading for me became as a hedging vehicle to trade around my portfolio because what I've always found, and everybody has this problem, like Tesla, you know, you buy a Tesla, you hang on to it for a couple of days, you make 15 points, you think you're a hero, you sell out of it, and next thing you know, it goes up 30 points the next day. You're not going to buy it back, are you? You just sold it. Hey, click the thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm sorry I don't do that. Again, I know I should be, and I didn't troll those guys today. Again, I'll once a week, I don't get the time to troll people. It was just fun. I find it amazing that they don't talk about the market at all. I mean, they do some generalizations about the market, sure. And I don't talk about much here either, because usually at 12 o'clock, my day's done, and I just want to come and schmooze with you guys. I'm begging you, I'm pleading with you all this time. Come on to the main chat room and see what we do. Because for me, trading is between 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock. And most of the time, the last thing I want to do, and again, we used to call ourselves the Price is Right traders. We want to be done for the Price is Right. I love the Price is Right. Love the Price is Right. I love the Price is Right, and I love Family Feud. And one of these days, man, one of these days I will be involved in one of those shows. I will get on the Price is Right. I will get on. I mean, I want to be on Family Feud more. I've been watching Family Feud with my dad and with my parents, and we just love that show. Our family would kick any family's ass, but we're not going to go to California to be on a game show. But if they ever would start doing it in New York and we could get on, the Glicks would kick anybody's ass in the Family Feud. So here's you want to talk about? So here's what we'll talk about. So I was trolling those guys, but I just find this market to be absolutely amazing. Going back to the guy, I was just wanted to get to a few comments. That's why I want to do this video. One guy is like, why are you even day trading? What's the point? You told us to buy the QQQ and the diamonds and don't look at the market for 10 years and you should be a rich guy. I'm not saying I'm broke by any means, but oh yeah, I mean, 3,000 shares of the QQQ at 65. It's not a bad position that we still have on. And that's why, again, I could hang out and chat with you guys. We're still, we got 3,000 shares at a cost average of $65. The stock's at 220 right now. So we did all right. I mean, I should still be in the diamonds. I had 1,000 diamonds at one point, which was a big position. Wait a minute, 1,000? What did I have? Yeah, I had about 100 grand in the diamonds at around 11,000, and I was planning on selling it when it got to 20,000, and it got to 20,000, and I cashed out, and I thought I was a champ. My dad's still rolling the QQQ, and I told you a million times, I'm begging him to just sell calls against it, to hedge himself, and I convinced him that they were going to 250 within 12 years, and we are right on pace to get to that 250. Now I'm begging him, please, for the love of God, sell some calls against your position, but he doesn't hedge. And that's the funny thing about this industry. If you know anything about hedge funds, do you know 90% of hedge funds right now don't hedge? Hedge funds are just basically pooled money, and they're leveraged. They should be calling themselves leveraged funds. I had a friend that ran a fund. He had, it was a small collection of investors. He had about $50 million under management. Nothing big, nothing huge. But his entire $50 million was dedicated to 7 stocks, and one of those stocks was, I think it was Leap Wireless, maybe, or before Leap Wireless, there was a stock called Leap, LEAP. I don't know. I think it was Leap Wireless, and they went out of business, and there went his hedge fund. And my first question was, "But weren't you hedged?" He's like, "No, we don't hedge." And then I started learning a little bit more about the hedge fund industry. None of these guys are hedging. The whole idea from where I was a kid, you wanted to be part of a hedge fund because when the market would have a downturn, you'd be hedged and they were actively managing your money, opposed to a regular mutual fund. If you guys have owned mutual funds, I used to own this company called Seligman Communications Fund. I used to own American Century Funds. And they have a huge diversification, but they're not actively hedging your stocks. If the market goes down, you're going to lose money. A hedge fund, you're supposed to have actively managing fund managers protecting your money on the downside, and that doesn't even exist too much. You'd have to go digging deep to find that guy. And one of the guys that I'm familiar with, Dave Tepper, who just bought the Carolina Panthers. Now he's getting out of the industry in a way. He never really hedged. He says, "Why would I hedge? If I'm right, I want to be right. Why would I hedge?" But they're still called hedge funds. So the whole definition of a hedge fund doesn't even exist anymore. But I consider myself a hedge fund. And then again, that's why I've lost money. So if you're wondering why, again, my dad doesn't believe in hedging. He's like, why hedge? If we're going to be right, let's make all the money we possibly can. For me, I might be a day trader, which by nature is risky, but I'm a conservative investor with the rest of my money. And that's why I've taken money out and I've bought rental properties, in New York, and rental properties in Jersey and Connecticut. And I was thinking about diversifying down to Florida now that the prices are still crushed out of Florida. If you have any money and you want to buy some real estate, Florida is awesome. I mean, if you want to be if you want to live down, I don't want to live in Florida. And guys, I know all the Jews go down there to die. I'm never moving to Florida. I mean, I don't like it. I don't like that. I don't like that weather. It's just annoying to me. But you can go down to Florida and get yourself a $200,000 palace, part of one of those communities where you get a pool, you get the whole thing. I mean, unbelievable. Anyway, so going back to a few comments again. So this is a comment. I feel like I've succeeded now. I used to have a bunch of haters on YouTube. Guys would rip into me every day how I didn't know anything and how I was a criminal. And again, I don't mind if you call me a schmuck. I am a schmuck. I'm a freaking idiot, right? Think about the knowledge that I have. Why am I not long Twitter, right? Right there. Dude, there you go. I'm a schmuck. I'm not Twitter, Tesla. I mean, yeah, I've traded it on the way up here, but the whole premise was this thing was probably going to go to $500. And did I hold it this whole time? Absolutely not. So by definition, yeah, I'm a schmuck. I have no idea. What the hell am I doing? You could call me a schmuck. You could call me an idiot. You make fun of myself. You could be even anti-Semitic. I don't mind. I get it. People don't like the Jews. You don't. But am I a Jew if I don't believe in God? That's another discussion for another time. I believe we're in a simulated reality. So is there a God? I don't know. But you can't call me a criminal. And you can't call me a thief, guy. And that's where, if you want to settle it in the streets, let's do it. Because if you're going to call me a thief, you got to have some proof. I've been in this business for 25 years. I started as a broker at the shadiest brokerage firm you could possibly be in. And at that point, maybe you could have called me a thief, but I was a mushroom more than a thief. You know why? Because I had no idea what I was doing. That was my nickname. I was a mushroom. I was the guy. I wanted to know about all this. I wanted to know how they were doing it. I wanted to know how they could pay us this commission. I wanted to know more about everything. And my manager kept telling me to shut up, Mushroom. You know how copper wire was invented? 2 Jews found the same penny. You know the Grand Canyon? I bet you don't know how that was formed. Those same 2 Jews dropped the penny down a gopher hole. Oh, I love Jew jokes. Make fun of my face, make fun of my dumb jokes. Call me an idiot, call me a schmuck. You can't call me a thief or a criminal. Let me finish my story. The one time that I was a criminal, and again, I didn't know I was being a criminal by selling these awful, worthless stocks to people, because the idea was that they would come in, these companies would come into our office and they would show us a product, right? They would show us a product like it was a canister, right? And they said, we're going to revolutionize the way we dispose of medical waste. They had a scientist, guys wearing a lab coat. They had 2 other guys. They always had a hot chick with them also, just standing around. I never knew why, but she was just there for us to look at. And on and on and on. The idea is that dentists, if they use a needle, that is now medical waste. You cannot dispose of that in your regular garbage. So you had to pay a service to come, right? You had, what happened? Don't retract your message. You could say whatever you want here. So anyway, this company came in, and this is a story where, and I've lost money on this one too, because I thought it was a great idea as well. By the way, Beyond Meat, phenomenal. So here they are we called the dog and pony show. You've heard that saying, right? So here they are telling us how they're going to revolutionize the industry, right? That now these dentists are not going to have to pay to get their medical waste picked up. Now they could just toss it into this can, and what the can did was that it had a black disc, right? And you would place the disc on top of the medical waste, and that disc then would melt down and cover all the medical waste. And then at the end of the process, all you had was a big black hardened thing, which was part that made the medical waste no longer medical waste. So now you could dispose of it into the regular trash, saving the dentist all this money and all this worry about getting rid of the medical waste. It's fucking genius. Holy shit. And we're bringing this company public. So I'm thinking, wow, this is awesome. Who wouldn't want to own this, right? Stock is $4. They're telling us that the value, then you have the other guy after they do the demonstration. Then you had the accountant guy come on explaining the cost, and then giving us our wow. I can't see again. Why did I cover this Tesla? Because I'm an idiot. I see the money, I take the money, and then I come and do videos, and then I sit here crying about it. I covered this thing at 8 points ago. But these guys are still, see again, that's why I have the room going. My guys are still short in Tesla. Anyway. So we got this medical waste stock, right? $4. It's $4 IPO, right? And I'm thinking, okay, so this guy's doing math and he's giving it a valuation of $20. So I'm thinking, wow, we're getting in on this stock at $4. I can't wait to get my dad involved. I can't wait to buy myself a couple of thousand shares. Appreciate all the likes. Thank you. Subscribe. Beep, beep, beep. Wait, hang on. I gotta. I keep forgetting to do this. You know, guys, I'm Rastafarian, right? If I'm going to choose a religion, I'm going to choose Rasta. This one's going out to my boys that are still short the Tesla. Oh, before we go any further, you guys, you know what stock we're in, right? The swing trade that I gave you yesterday. I begged you to buy it. I think you know it. Let's give a shout out to AAOI. I appreciate you guys. You know, again, I want to believe that I have something to do with this move today. I want to believe that because I sent a tweet out to my followers yesterday and I was on Jeremy Newsom's show yesterday. Jeremy Newsom, one of the good guys on Wall Street. You know, I got about a nice crew of 20 people that I really, really love and respect. Jeremy Newsom, check him out on Twitter. So he had me on his broadcast. You know, he does the same type of thing that I do. And we were talking about, you know, AAOI. And he's like, wow, that's a weird coincidence because we just started buying 12 and a half calls. And I say, wow, that's incredible because great minds must think together. And look at AAOI today. We're breaking out we're breaking out of 6-month highs. And we're actually at a 9-month high now on AAOI. And we actually are buying more today. So again, our price, we've been buying from 1085, 1135 is the majority of it. You know, bought more yesterday, 1235 and 1268. And I added some more today at $13. All right. So you are chasing our trade a little bit more, but now, again, still have an $18.75 target on this AAOI. And again, only thing is, let me just remind you right now, on February 5th, they're reporting earnings. If this stock is, say, like 15 or 16 bucks on February 5th, I will be selling the stock at 359, and I will buy the nearest in the money option to play the report because I want to be in it if this thing's still rallying into that report. But Bed Bath & Beyond also reminds you why you don't own stocks into reports. And we had a great trade, fantastic trade on Bed Bath & Beyond. You think I'm going to hold it into an earnings report after the stock's up 100%? I didn't care if the stock would have went to 20 bucks without me. Who cares? That's why Tesla, for me, as much as I'm angry that I don't own it, but I know at least 2 people that own it. I know you still own it. I told them to sell it today if it hits 500. So that I get to live vicariously through those people. Thank God. You know, again, I'm in a big Grateful Dead group. I don't know if you know that. I'm a big Deadhead. And I have a group of guys who call ourselves Wall Street Dead Ahead, and I gave them all my recommendation. I was like, listen, I know a lot of times we don't talk about work. We're there to just jam and, you know, connect and talk a little bit, you know, mostly singing and dancing and drinking. And, you know, I started having a conversation. I said, listen, if you guys want to put some money to work, Tesla, you know, getting over this $300, this $3 range is probably going to be a fantastic trade because you're probably going to get to 385. You break 385, you're looking for 420. You break 420, this thing could be 500 within, you know, 4 or 5 months. 2 months later, here we are. And of course, today was a nice short. So bring it back to the story of, you know, criminality and thievery, right? So when you're a stockbroker and they're feeding you this stuff, and the reason they called me a mushroom was that a mushroom, right? Think about it. Finally, 6 months into me working at this firm, I was like, some guy walked up to me. I forgot who it was. You know why they call you mushroom, right? And I was like, no, I've been dying to know why. He's like, because we feed you shit and keep you in the dark. Think about it. We feed you shit and we keep you in the dark. And that's why, even though by definition I was part of the criminal thievery going on at that brokerage firm, but I legitimately didn't know what the hell was going on. These guys are coming in with products and scientists and accountants. They're giving us a valuation of, you know, $25, and we're bringing this stock public at $4. But here's where was the tip-off. I'm sitting there ready to buy my own shares at $4. I'm calling my dad. I'm calling my uncle. I'm calling my friends. My manager takes me aside. He says, I just heard that phone call. Do me a favor. Don't buy the stock for your friends and family. Don't buy the stock for my friends and family. You just told me this thing is going to $25 and we're bringing it public here at 4. Why wouldn't I buy it for my friends and family? Don't buy it for your friends and family. Enough said. So right there, finally, a young Kenny Glick starts to think, maybe there's something wrong here. One guy's telling me this is going to revolutionize the dentist industry and the medical waste disposals. And on the other hand, this guy's telling me not to buy the stock for myself or my friends or my family. I'm going to believe that guy because if my manager's telling me that I shouldn't buy it, but then there's the discrepancy. So I'm on the phone telling these guys to buy it, but I'm not buying it for myself. What? So again, the little buzz in my brain was saying maybe there's something going on here. But when I really got to the point of feeling really bad about where I was working was when, and if you look at the chart, this was 1991, 1992. The stock was IGT. All right. A young Kenny Glick taking acid, driving through the deserts. We dropped some acid and we thought we were like Hunter S. Thompson. So we dropped acid, and hey, what's up, DeGroot, my man? What's up? One of our first subscribers ever, this guy. What's up, brother? Good to see you back. So we dropped a couple of hits of acid, right? And we're driving from LA to Vegas for the first time ever. I've never been to Vegas, right? We didn't even know what Vegas was gonna be like, but we knew. We tried to time the acid to hit us as we got into Vegas, right? Oh, baby, did it work? So we're rolling into Vegas, and all we know is the guy with the thumb, and we know downtown Vegas. I don't even know that there was another Vegas at the time because we're kids. This is when I was 19 years old. Uh-oh, the Mormons are here. Hold on a second. Stay. Stay. Smells like anthrax. Must be a toy or something. Oh no, I bought a new Apple. I spilled coffee. I spilled coffee on my keyboard. I had to buy a new keyboard. Oh man, that happened. That came pretty quick. I love the internet. I just ordered that 2 days ago. Bang. So where were we? Oh, we were tripping our way through Vegas, right? So we get to Vegas. Long story short, we're running. We parked our car and we're just running. Running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, to every casino I could find, right? And every slot machine was made by one company, International Game Technology. So I get back and I'm telling my dad, I'm like, listen, we got to buy stock in this company. Every slot machine on earth is made by one company. It's like they have a monopoly, right? By the way, AAOI, rocking, man. So I get back and I'm at the brokerage firm. And instead of pitching the bullshit stocks, with the disposable units of, whatever that nonsense was, and we had the retractable syringe, the whole thing. I'm buying IGT for my clients. And if you look at the chart from 1991, that thing had a massive run. That was a nice call by me. And I closed this one guy for 2,000 shares. And I think the stock was 18 bucks. So that was a massive amount of money for me at the time. I'm closing guys for 5 or 6 grand here and there. And next thing you know, this guy's like, yeah, I know about that company. I like that idea. I'll buy 2,000 shares. I'm like, whoa. So then I walk into the office all proud of myself. Oh, look at me. $40,000 ticket. I'm thinking I'm going to get paid. Kenny, hang on. We got to talk to your management. We got to talk to your manager. In comes Joe, the manager. I'm sitting down with the Nazi in charge because he definitely was a Nazi, this guy. Ken, we appreciate your enthusiasm about this stock. We've heard you on the phone pitching that stock. We know you own it in your own account and your dad owns it. And we love the enthusiasm. On this $40,000 ticket, we're going to give you $80 commission, which your manager is going to get half. And then after your blah, blah fee and this blah, blah fee and that blah, blah fee, you're going to go away with about $36 commission on that $40,000 trade. And I'm freaking heartbroken right there, right? Because I'm talking to these other schmucks at the firm, and they're doing $5,000 tickets and getting paid $1,000 commission. Here I'm walking in with a $40,000 ticket. I think I'm about to get $8 grand. That's not how it worked. If I sell, I know, don't rub it in. Don't rub it in. Goddamn Tesla. So what I wound up getting was 36 bucks, but I got a lesson. Here's what he says. Why don't you call that guy back and tell him about XYZ that does so-and-so and take some of that 40 grand and put it into something else, because obviously the guy likes you, and now you can convince him about something else. I'm like, yeah, but I just got done convincing him that IGT was a great stock. He's like, listen, if you've convinced him about one thing, you can convince him about another thing. And there I was. Hey, Mr. Jones. Hey, listen, I just got out of my manager's office. We still love the IGT, don't get me wrong. But we're thinking that, again, we got this IPO that just came out. It's still slightly above the IPO price. We put it out at 4. It's trading around 450. We got a price target of, $20 on it. Maybe you want to put some money into that. And again, I didn't put the whole 40 grand in there again. Threw 5 grand in there. But on that 5 grand, oh, by the way, I forgot the whole part of the story. He asked me who I was looking out for, which was the best. I bring in that 40 grand ticket, and after he said I'm going to get $30 commission on that $40,000 ticket, he asked me, who am I looking out for? And I just took the Series 7. So what's the answer? The client? And they're both looking at each other and they're laughing. Yeah, the client. Who are you looking out for, Ken? We're giving you $30 commission. If you just sell XYZ, we're going to give you $8,000 commission. Don't you want to get yourself a new suit? That cute little girlfriend probably wants to go out to a nice restaurant, doesn't she? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So there I was, putting 5 grand into XYZ, getting my $1,000 commission out of it. So there. You want to call me a criminal and a thief? That was the last time. And that was in 1992. Or whatever the hell year it was, 95. But guy on the internet who called me a bum, call me a bum all you want. I'm a bum. I was short Tesla at 494 right now, and I got not one share right now. I'm a freaking bum. You want to call me a loser? I'm a freaking loser. I covered that stock for a 2.5 point trade, and I made 7 points on my last 20 shares. Loser, bum, idiot, schmuck, if you're going to call me a thief or a criminal, we're going to have to fight. So you want to fight it out in the streets? Let's do it, because I'll outdraw you like the Wild West right now. I don't know if you got a gun or not, but I'll lay your ass to waste. And I'm not a violent guy, but I could sue you for libel and slander, because I have never stolen anything from anybody except for Pathmark when I used to steal baseball cards and Matchbox cars with my criminal friends in the 5th grade. All right? So let's get that perfectly clear, guy. That's all I needed to say today. You want to say anything about me? That's it. Because I've been in this business, and even when I was an awful stockbroker, I got not one complaint. Because once I learned about how shady the industry was and how awful this industry is, I called all my clients to warn them and apologize that I didn't even know. And again, a few of those guys yelled at me, and a few of those guys appreciated that I came out and told them the story. And I told them to sell all their stocks. And if they don't let them out somewhere between the bid and offer, that they should call the SEC. And I was threatened with violence for making that phone call. And I never went back. I never went back. And then the few guys that I saved from that brokerage firm helped me get this career going here. Because remember, originally, we were able to trade other people's money. So these guys would open up an account with me. And again, that didn't work out in a way as well, because here I was telling these guys about churning and how awful the industry was. And the next thing you know, I'm trading the shit out of their account. But that was the nature of the business, because as a day trader, that's what you do. And that's my story. So again, I'm glad there's haters out there. You could hate all you want. Come to the room, spend 20 minutes with me. Maybe I give you 3 bad ideas, and I'm an idiot that day. But overall, pretty good at what we're doing here. Our VWAP trades are working pretty well. You want to rub it in my face that I covered this Tesla short a little bit too early? Sure. But no. Show me a guy that lets you in to his world to demonstrate what he does for nothing. There needs to be a crime being committed. Oh, the pocket shot, my man. What's up? And if you want yourself a pocket shot, check this out, guys. It's like a slingshot. You want to kill some raccoons in the backyard? The pocket shot. I love this thing. You know why? Because it brings me back to the days from Brooklyn. We used to take metal piping, a metal pipe, and we would duct tape a finger of a, we would take a rubber glove from a rubber glove, dishwashing glove, and we would take that and we'd duct tape it to the pipe, and we'd put acorns in there and shoot them at each other like a bunch of shitheads. And that shit hurt. And here is the professional version of that, my man, the pocket shot. So I'm telling you, man, those raccoons in my backyard, I nailed the raccoon right in the chest. Raccoon looked at me and he said, "What? What do you got?" Nailed the raccoon. Those raccoons are just like invincible. Freaking pegging them. Boom. Takes a little while to get accurate with this thing. Boom. I still got it, baby. Right next to my Beretta. All right, that's all I wanted to say to that guy. All right. And, you know, again, I probably should have shorted Tesla again. So this weekend we'll be doing the class. I have my date for the well 365. I'll come back tomorrow. We'll talk more about it. And yeah, I probably should get back into hoping that somebody held that Tesla short. Damn, nice trade. So we got AAOI, we got INSG pulling back. If INSG comes back to around 685, I'm going to add to it. And I'm down to a smidgen of that. Rad short today was good again. What else we had? We had the MJ from overnight. Got out of that near the top. Now, UVXY is telling me that maybe we get a little blow off top action today. Again, I'm looking at the way I feel about this market because I've never been this bullish ever before in my life. And I'm actually looking at it as counterintuitive right now because, man, have we had we've had the most monstrous run from October. We've shaken off World War III. We've shaken off tariffs. We've shaken off North Korea. We're shrugging off a true attack, possible world war breaking out. And we've came back, every time. So there's really, you can't stay short this market. But there are individual opportunities, just like anything else, where you'll find opportunities to go short. Today, obviously, Tesla finally hitting that moment. Nailed it. Could have nailed it twice, but I went on to making some videos. Somebody typed finger. I said finger. That's funny. Exactly. World War III, yeah, it'll last a couple of months. It's not like we're storming the beaches or anything, right? So again, I've taken the positions down a little bit, still short U.S. steel because again, rational thought, U.S. steel should be going up. We're building infrastructure, we're building things, and the stock never goes down. I mean, never goes up. So again, if you just look at U.S. steel and take a look at a decent stock, you'll see the complete difference. Anytime U.S. steel has any strength, it gives it up. Opposed to, like this AUPH. AUPH, another good example. Let's see what happens today. Again, the market's kind of getting weak right now. I'm thinking about getting short something right now, as a matter of fact. UVXY is starting to go a little higher. So that's my warning. You just double bottomed on UVXY from yesterday's low. And the markets are kind of giving it up a little bit. And if there's ever been a time where the bears love saying it has to pull back. Nothing has to do anything. That's another thing I've learned. And again, I think that's the title of the book now. I don't know shit. Right? Oh. But it's starting to get real here. All right? Starting to get real. We're accelerating to the downside. Usually hate putting trades on in the middle of the day right now, but I'm going to start nibbling into UVXY right here, 1205, 1206. I'm risking a nickel. Breaks back under 12, screw this thing. But if this market's going to sell off UVXY, you should see this thing at least flirting with, going green. Bed Bath & Beyond, another example of why we don't hold stocks into earnings reports. So again, as much as I love my AAOI on this move, we got about a month till they report. Probably not going to hold it into the report. So if this thing is flirting with 14, 15 bucks, probably going to get out of the stock into, probably look at, we're in some options now. AAOI, the near-term ones were more expensive than the further out ones. So I was looking at March 2015s. All right. Up nice today, percentage-wise. So again, if I roll out of the stock, I'm probably going to stick with those March 15s. Because if this thing blasts off, we're looking at an $18 stock. Again, hopefully it happens. Hopefully they have something good to say on their earnings report. But chart's phenomenal. 9-month breakout. Stock's sitting here. Nobody's selling it. Volume's increasing. Everything you want to know about a stock that you want to be involved in, AAOI is doing what it's doing right now. So again, that's our new addition to the hold list. Still got the VGR. I got some GGN dividend paying stocks, not much. Obviously the Qs. And what else we got? We got the Twitter, but I think it went negative. And it's about to go negative today. I'm looking for 2 more points on the Twitter, on the swing. You know, chart's not too bad on Twitter. Got out of Uber yesterday. Missed the Beyond Meat trade today. And obviously my stupid trade of the day was covering that Tesla not getting back in. All right, man. Thanks for listening to the story. So you out there, if you want to challenge me to a duel, if you're going to call me a criminal, give us some proof. All right. Why don't you go Google me and the SEC? Let's see if I have any blemishes. Let's see if I don't think there's anybody on earth that's ever complained about what we're doing in here. Because again, for there to be a scam or some sort of criminality going on, someone needs to have given me money and not gotten something of worth back, or I need to have stolen something literally from somebody. So sorry, Carol, but I'm going to use my one curse. I promised my grandma and Carol that I wouldn't curse anymore. If you're going to call me a criminal, prove it or go fuck yourself. All right? Thanks. All right, guys. Good luck. I'll see you tomorrow at 12, probably. Have a nice day. And I appreciate all the kind words, by the way. Oh, wait, before I go, if you haven't signed up yet, let me try to find you the link. Oh, man, that Twitter. I mean, Tesla. AAOI, new highs. Baba Booey. So I'm going to be on Wednesday. Let me give you the date. I will be presenting on Wednesday, January 22nd at 4 p.m. The presentation will be called VWAP for Your Mind. We'll be talking about tripping on acid and trading stocks. VWAP for Your Mind, Wednesday, January 22nd. It's free. I'll be doing it for an hour. And if you're thinking about paying for something, we're doing a 2-day seminar this weekend. And you could contact the Minotaur for more information. And you get another month in our chat room as part of the class. And I've lost the window where you guys are. All right, that's the Wealth 365. If anybody needs me, we got a guy that's working for me, the greatest guy. info@hitthebid.com. He'll get back to you on that email address, or you could actually email the Minotaur at hitthebid.com. All right. AAOI, new highs. See ya.